Hey everybody, Jeff here from Outseta. Today I'm going to walk you through how you can pre-sell products with Outseta. So first and foremost, why would you want to pre-sell a product? If you're launching a startup, you've probably been to startup websites that just have sort of an email list form that says sign up for our email list if you want to receive updates about this product. And that's a totally valid approach. You can do that with Outseta too. We have email list forms or just lead capture forms that you could integrate with a website to capture interest from people that might be interested in your product or service. But if you're trying to validate whether or not building a particular product or service makes sense, there's no better way to do it than to see that people are actually willing to pull out a credit card and pay for what you're thinking of building. And Outseta makes it really, really easy to set this up. So you can just have a website or a landing page and pre-sell products on that page, but not actually charge the user and use that as a way to sort of validate that, yes, this is an idea worth my time. This is an idea that people actually have willingness to pay for. So that's what I'm going to walk you through today. So first things first, within Outseta, if you come over to auth and embeds and then sign up, you can use this configuration tool to build your sign up forms. So right now I have a sign up form for a particular plan. It's our startup plan. And let's say I wanted to see whether or not people are actually willing to pull out their credit card and pay for this thing on my website. You can launch your website, you can write your copy, you can explain what it is that you're selling, and then you can integrate a sign-up form. You can do this either by just creating embed code that you can drop directly into your page. If you want to use a pop-up, you could do that instead. Or if you wanted to do this whole thing via email, you can also just generate a payment link. So if I come here and say that I want a payment link, you just get a link to a page where the user can go and actually sign up for that product or service. So a couple different ways you could implement that. But the part that is really interesting and that Outseta makes easy is if you want to pre-sell a product, you might want to do so in a way where you don't actually collect the payment from the customer, but the customer thinks they're paying. That way you know that they actually pulled out that card, they intended to make a payment, but you don't want to charge them yet because your product isn't necessarily ready yet. So there's two things that you can do if you don't actually want to charge them up front. The first is within your Outseta account, if you go to billing and settings, Outseta has this notion of automatic or manual payment processing mode. In automatic payment processing mode, as soon as somebody buys a product, we collect the payment. So if you want to pre-sell, you can add one of our sign-up forms to your site or send out that payment link that I mentioned, then put payment processing mode on manual. In manual mode, the user will still be asked to input their actual credit card information. We still collect that information, but we just create an invoice and we don't actually collect the payment. So that's really valuable to you for a couple reasons. One, you have the confidence that the person actually intended to pay. Two, you actually capture the credit card information from that person. So in the future, when your product or service is ready, all you have to do is go into Outseta and collect the payment. So you sort of have that payment information on file going forward. And three, to the end user, they actually think that they're signing up and paying, but then you have an opportunity to go back to them and say, hey, I didn't actually collect your payment. This is a product that we're working on building. You've helped us validate interest essentially in this product. Thank you for that. So manual payment product processing mode is a really good way to do that. You're not actually creating any financial transactions until the point that you want to, but you're actually validating willingness to pay, willingness to buy. And as a final step in this, if you come over to the auth and sign up and login page, immediately after somebody purchases a product with Outseta, we redirect them to this post sign up URL. So if you are intending to do any sort of conversion tracking, first of all, this is a good URL. It allows you to sort of recognize that a purchase has been made, and then you can look at where the person came from prior to purchasing your product. But secondarily, this is really valuable real estate if you are pre-selling. You might want to explain to the user, hey, this was an experiment. We wanted to see that there was willingness to pay for this product. We've captured your interest, but we haven't actually really charged your card. We'll reach back out to you when the product is ready. And if you still want to purchase it at that point, we can easily collect your payment, that kind of thing. So all this infrastructure here makes it really, really easy to pre-sell products. And if you're thinking about trying to validate a startup idea, there's no easier way that I know to do it than using Outseta.